Welcome y'all to the start of a brand new series that I will dub Fan Tunes. This is the series where I check out some of y'all's share code tunes and I will rate them, I will review them, I will analyze them, and of course I will race them online to see how good they are. If you want to be featured in one of these videos, you can go to my community post on my YouTube channel. There is a post there. And in today's video, I'm going to check out 3 tunes from 2 viewers, the 2 early commenters. And those 2 viewers that suggested me tunes for me to try out is Unknown NH8FJ and also Crota5059. So without further ado, let's dive into today's video. Right, this is the segment of the video where I basically test drive these cars, these viewers' share codes, and give them my feedback, give them how I think about it. Do I like them? Do I don't like them? And this is basically the room temperature lap segment of when I checked out new cars. I already set a lap on a benchmark car, the 2005 Ford GT, and so we're just gonna see if your guys' tunes can beat that benchmark that I set for that Ford GT. So the first car up is Unknown's BMW M3. And the comment says that I need to shift up to 2nd gear quickly when off the line, so let's see how it is. This thing is rear-wheel drive, so that kind of makes sense. Let's see how good this thing is. Here we go. So I just banged my first lap, and honestly, I'm actually kind of really like how this car feels. This is a grip car. For a rear-wheel drive car, the grip is not too shabby, honestly. There is some moment that rear-wheel drive kicks in and the rear wants to snap out, but other than that, I think the grip level is really good. But yeah, I think the one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is honestly probably the top end. The top end is definitely not the fastest out there. For tracks that has more corners than speed, I think this car could perform fine. But on tracks like this where top speed kind of really matters, especially on that front stretch right there, you can see that my Ford GT outruns it. I think you need to add a little bit extra horsepower, maybe sacrifice a little bit of grip for that extra power. Trust me, the acceleration and the top speed will really help out. But the grip level is there, the grip is there, the potential is there. I really like how this thing feels, but I think you need more power. I think you really do need more power for you to even catch up to that Ford GT up there, which is miles ahead now. Okay, after 12 laps, I think I can only muster minute 976. Honestly, that's probably my best time. I really like this car, honestly. I think if you just squeeze in a little bit more power to get that better acceleration, like that better mid-range acceleration and a little bit better top speed, I think this car would still be even more amazing. But as of it right now, for a rear-wheel drive car, this is a pretty solid build to compete against other people. This is a pretty good build. Let's slap that on the leaderboard and let's move on to the next S1 car that one of my viewers suggested. Alright, next up on the list is Crota5059's McLaren 570S. They mentioned in the comments that their tune is more on the realistic side, so let's see how good this thing is in a competitive side. Right off the bat, I can say that this car is slower than the BMW M3. Power is definitely an issue already here. Now that I finished my first lap, I can finally give you a little critique, a little review on this setup. I understand that you tune your cars to be more on the realistic side, but in the realm of racing online, I have to critique the competitive side of tuning, because honestly, you're not gonna see any people trying a realistic tune in online lobbies anyways. But I'm gonna be honest with you, power is the biggest issue here. This car is slow. This car is pretty slow. Grip is pretty good on the high speed corners, but I'm noticing a bit of understeer on the medium speed corners. But when on entry hard braking, the rears lock up. The rears wants to lock up really bad, and the back slides off. The biggest problem of them all is power. I think power is really an issue here. And I'm noticing here that you're using slick tires, and I'm gonna be honest with you, slick tires for a car like this, I don't think it's the best fit in my opinion. Usually what people do is they use off-road tires with all-wheel drive, and honestly, off-road tires with all-wheel drive, it's a pretty solid combo, because the PI will go down and you have room for a lot more extra horsepower, and you're definitely going to need that for S1 racing when everybody's really fast around you. In my humble opinion, if you want to keep it like this, I think it's a pretty solid car for a realistic build. But on the competitive side, my advice with you is that you got to find a way to... Oh, Jesus Christ. You need to find a way to, you know, get the PI down, get that extra power, try to minimize that understeer, maybe possibly try to remove the rear arrow, I feel like, so you can have more of like a loosey-goosey, more oversteery feel. But that's just my personal preference. Let's see if I can improve on all my laps, and I'll see you then. Alright, 8 laps in, I can only muster a best lap time of a 1:01.646. Honestly, not too shabby at all for a more realistic approach of a tune. Which honestly, I think this car is a really nice car to drive if you're cruising around with your friends and maybe get to go a little bit faster around corners. But if we're talking competitive side, this car, in my opinion, it is not the most competitive car out there, to be completely honest with you. But it's still a pretty fun car to drive. But honestly, my advice to you is maybe if you want to be competitive and you still want to use this car, seriously, just follow what everybody does, all-wheel drive soft listing, and get maybe like off-road tires. Off-road tires are better than you think. Don't let them perceive you. People use them often. I use them often. Maybe change the brake balance probably, or maybe change the toe and camber of the car to make it a little bit more stable on corner entry. But yeah, other than that, let's put that onto the leaderboard. That is still a not too shabby time, not too bad at all. Let's go into the final car in today's video. Right, finally up we have the Honda Civic tune from Crota again. And Crota, if you're watching this video, I do apologize. I'm not gonna do the Ascari in today's video, only because I don't have the Ascari. But next week, hopefully the Ascari gets voted in as the backstage pass car, so I can buy it and I can use it. But for now, I'll just use this Honda and also your McLaren in today's video. So let's see. Right, this is A-class now instead of S1, so I have a benchmark car up on the road. That is the R33 GTR, is another one of the consistent good cars in online lobbies. So yeah, let's see how good this Civic stacks up against that. Alright, first lap in right now, and I can safely say, in my personal opinion, there's one word that can describe this car: consistency. This car, even though it's front-wheel drive, and if you see my front-wheel drive video, you know how much I dislike front-wheel drive in higher tier lobbies, but this car, I think, is very consistent. It's definitely not the fastest. It's definitely not the slowest. It is pretty meh in the top end, but I am actually pacing my benchmark in that R33 GTR right there in the corners. So this thing is actually pretty solid through the corners. Medium and low speed corners, especially in entry and exit. I'm a really big fan of this car. I love how this car is very stable through entry and also get that traction on the exit. It is very nice. But yeah, that understeer honestly is kind of like a killer for me, not gonna lie. I'd rather have a loosey feeling car than an understeering car, not gonna lie. But I do really like how this car feels, not gonna lie. I really do. Alright, 8 laps. I can only muster up a 1 minute, 8 seconds, and 5:14. I really like this car. For a realistic approach to tuning a car like this, I am a big fan of this. I love the consistency, the ability to corner consistently without being unpredictable whatsoever. It's a pretty predictable car. It's very stable. The biggest thing that I like about this car is definitely the stability going into corners on entry and also grip on exit. This car gives me a lot of confidence entering a corner. There is understeer, of course, especially on the high-speed corners, but I think you can combat that just fine. My advice to you for this car, this is already a good car enough in my opinion, but if you want to reduce the understeer slightly, maybe try to tune the front toe to go out just slightly. Just maybe experiment with that, and you know, just fine tune those, and maybe you can find that perfect level. But honestly, for this car, for a realistic approach, this is a very solid car. I really like this. So let's put that on the leaderboard, and you know what? That's all the cars we had today. The room temperature lap segment is over. Let's finally go into the chaos that is online racing. Let's get started. Now, for the sake of this video not being too long, I'm probably gonna race one race only and for each car. If something stupid happens that I want to seek revenge, I'll race one more time. But here we go on the Honda Civic first. This track could suit the Civic very well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Tight, low, medium speed corners, it's probably a natural habitat for a car like this, for something that isn't too fast on the straights, but and also suffers understeer from high speed corners. So this should be a pretty good track. Into the wall, see you, dude. That's crazy. Gee, get out the way, BMW. Okay, what the frick was that, dude? What was that? See ya. That's what you get. Oh god, bone check. Oh Jesus. Oh, it's goodbye, 3 of you. That's what happens when you run deep and play hard. That's exactly what happens. All right, let's keep going. P3 is great. P3 is amazing right now. Let's hope these two guys are battling hard. Let's do that tactic of maybe staying back a little bit, and unless they when they fumble the bag, I fumbled the bag. I fumbled the bag. I fumbled the bag. God damn it, understeer through that. And they're fighting up there. Maybe I'm doing my strategy again, just staying back, let them mess up, and then once the time comes, once they mess up, I can go ahead and capitalize. Which in this case, oh yes, here's a shot right here. Gonna try going around him. He's fast. He's gonna close the door on me. Come on, leave me. I'm gonna dive. I'm gonna try to go around the outside. It will be the inside line. Now he's gonna try to cover the inside, but he didn't cover the inside on the braking. I'm gonna try to get him down the inside. Yes, we cleared them. That was great racing. We're gonna come up in P2, which is a great result for this Honda Civic. Good setup. Very good setup. I like this. I really like this setup. This is a very stable setup. It's pretty beginner friendly too, not gonna lie. This is a great car. Let's move on to our next car. Right, here we go. BMW is next, the M3. It's rear-wheel drive, so launch could be an issue against everybody who is all-wheel driving. I'll try to short shift like the commenter says. I'm starting last, of course. Again, I'm starting last again. Here we go. Now the grip level is pretty good, so let's hope that's gonna help me overtake most of these guys here before halfway. Goodbye, Aventador. Oh, major issue on his part. More people riding the damn wall. God damn, these people. Oh yeah, I think the grip is really paying off right here. We're already up to, what place is it? P3? Yes, it is P3. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Yeah, that's what you get for going deep, doofus. See ya. Rounding out the final corner, we're gonna be finishing a P3. Not too shabby whatsoever. This thing is pretty grippy. I like how this thing feels. In my personal opinion, I think I could afford to go with a little bit more horsepower, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think if their tracks has more medium to high speed turns than straights, I think this car can be pretty good. This track is more has some high speed stuff, so it's not the best out there, but honestly, I think this car is pretty good in my book. Let's move on to the McLaren. Right, final car, McLaren 650S. I got a feeling this could be worse. I got a feeling this is worse than the M3. No offense. Honestly, in my opinion, I think this is worse than the BMW. So let's get the show on the road, shall we? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, I like that grip. I went almost flat out through there. I didn't get enough confidence to go flat out through there. Oh wow, look at that. That is actually great grip. While everybody's struggling to get grip, I'm here getting pretty good grip on these turns. Oh wow, check that out. Okay, I think my perspective has changed now. This car is actually brilliant. The grip is really good, I think, on the turns, but of course it's a rear-wheel drive car. It's got a wheel spin. It's gonna spin its wheels on the low speed corners when you're trying to put the power down. But I think in a racing environment, I think this thing shines the most. On a timed lap course, I think this car isn't performing that good, but in a racing environment, whew, this thing is not too shabby whatsoever. We're not gonna catch up to these top 3 right here. They are literally battling it out up there, running away from me while I'm trying my best to get up there. No shot of me getting to the top 3. Let's be real with you here. Honestly, this car, I think, fits better in a racing environment than a time trial environment, not gonna lie. And we're gonna come up in P4. Not too shabby at all. I like this car, I really do. Sure, I can afford a bit extra power on the straights. I really want more power, but round and medium and high speed corners, that is a lot of grip. I like that. I really do. So shout out to Croto5059 and Unknown NH8FJ for your share codes. I really enjoyed driving your guys' car. I hope my advices helps you make your setups a bit better. Look, I'm not the best guy to give out advice for tuning, I'm gonna be honest with you, but from my point of view, my driving style, that's probably the best I can give it to you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Once again, I'm not like the best guy out there to give out advice, but honestly, really, it all comes down to personal preference on your driving style. For me, I quite enjoy driving these cars in a racing environment. They're pretty solid, and And so yeah, if you do want to leave more share codes, go to my community tab and submit your share code down there. I will do more videos down the line, just not every day, just not every single video, obviously. Maybe a 2-3 video gap, who knows, but I will go over more setups for that you guys submitted in the future. Just look out for that. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for dropping by. If you do enjoy these kinds of content, make sure you drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. That will help me tremendously. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for dropping by. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.
L'amour qui chante, qu'est-ce que je vais te nommer? Je vais te nommer.